Laszlo Birinyi, whose investment advisory career was incredibly important to market watchers like me, created analysis for using money flow to determine really the heft behind stock moves, has died. Bloomberg editor-in-chief Emeritus Matt Winkler joins me now to talk about this. Matt, it's a sad day for those of us who've worked so closely with Laszlo over the last 20 years. He made some really prescient calls ahead of the crash of the internet bubble, for example, and ahead of the rebound of stocks in 2009. What can you tell us?
I can tell you that of all the people who you could say are the patriarchs of the modern stock market, he's right at the top of the list. And he's right at the top of the list because, as you say, very early on, long before there were exchange-traded funds, he was the pioneer who brought to people's attention this whole notion of money flow and what it means to individual stocks and the stock market as a whole. And that goes all the way back to the 90s, as you say. Laszlo was a great contributor to the Bloomberg terminal. When the Bloomberg terminal introduced equities for the first time at the end of the 80s, Laszlo was one of the people who really helped make it a product that was robust and sustainable for all the reasons that I just said. He was also a great friend to anyone, as you say, who followed the stock market. He was somebody who was quick to correct mistakes, somebody who was really just devoted to the integrity of market transparency. But the biggest point is that Laszlo was right most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the great, if you like, calls was coming out of the Lehman bankruptcy in 2008 and the Great Recession that ensued in 2009. And if you go back to that period, I think the low was March of 2009 for the stock market.
666 on the S&P.
Just about everybody on Wall Street couldn't have been more bearish. And Laszlo was one of the few people early in 2009, actually, who said, this is a great buying opportunity. The market will rise again. And, you know, very few people believed him when he said that, even though he had a lot of good calls.
Well, those contrarian calls are what made him stand out, right? I think Mike Holland called him iconoclastic in our Bloomberg story. So he didn't always run with the herd.
No, but you know what? The exclamation point to his call in 2009 was that this guy called Warren Buffett bought a railroad in 2009. That sort of told you where things were going.